Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
A little literary drama this hour from the pen of H.G. Wells. An episode of Escape from May 9th, 1948, an adaptation of his novel, The Time Machine. Going forward, I should say, to the year 100,080.
Tired of the everyday routine? Ever dream of a life of romantic adventure? Want to get away from it all?
We offer you Escape.
Escape, designed to free you from the four walls of today for a half hour of high adventure.
Escape with us now to the year 100,080 and a world where beauty and terror live side by side, as H.G. Wells describes it in his immortal story, The Time Machine.
Dudley, you must be mad. A time machine.
Yes, my friend, a time machine.
This thing?
This very thing.
This contraption? This framework made of quartz and bronze, ivory, with its levers and its dials and its seat in the middle. This is the result of 3 years' hard work.
I promise you, Fowler, that on this machine a man can go wherever he likes in time. By working these levers, a man can choose his century, his year, his very day.
Oh, really, old man.
Time is only a kind of space. If we can move about in all the other dimensions of space, why not in time, too?
It's impossible. Out of the question.
Well, what of the journeys I've already taken on this little contraption?
I'm afraid you've been having a bad dream.
Very well. You shall have proof, my friend.
How?
Just climb on, Fowler. Sit in the seat beside me, face these ivory dials, and I'll take you for a little spin.
Well, you mean right now?
Right now.
Or just, in case this thing should take off like the Flying Red Horse, are there any,
Any preparations? No, Fowler, no. You won't need any luggage on this trip, not even a toothbrush. You'll be back here in my laboratory in less than a minute.
All right. I'm on. Now what?
Hold tight. It sways a good deal. I'd hate to lose you.
I can't be frightened, Dudley.
Then you're braver than I am. Tell me, what time is it?
It's just 12 noon.
Before we start, I want to adjust this control a bit.
Is everything shipshape?
Tell me, did you notice anything just then?
Only a noise, a humming noise, nothing else.
And what time is it?
You just asked me, old man. It's 12. Well, that's odd.
What?
My watch says 11 o'clock. I could have sworn it was noon a moment ago. There must be something wrong with it.
It's only that I touched the lever to test it, and we've gone forward a full day. 23 hours, at any rate.
Yes, but Dudley...
Finished scoffing, Fowler?
Yes. Yes, I believe I have.
Then hold tight. This will be the real article.
I'm ready, Dudley.
Good man. Well, say goodbye, Fowler. Say goodbye to 1950.
We went off with a shattering jar, with the machine swaying under us. The walls of Dr. Dudley's laboratory suddenly fell away, and night was speeding after day like the flapping of a black wing. I saw the sun hopping across the sky, leaping swiftly across it every second, and every second marking a day. I saw the moon spinning through her quarters like a ball, from new to full, all in the twinkling of an eye. Trees grew and blossomed like puffs of smoke, and then passed away. All the while we were going faster. Now our pace was a year a second, so that second by second the white snow flashed across the world, and was followed by the bright, brief spring. And still we went on, into the future.
How do you feel, Fowler?
Very weak, very dizzy.
Don't let go, don't fall off.
Where are we? How far have we come?
We're in 100,050, and 60, and 70.
That's enough! Dudley, I can't stand anymore! Stop it!
Fowler, you all right?
Yes, I believe so. No broken bones. What happened?
Not sure. Must have stopped too suddenly.
Where are we, Dudley?
Look around for yourself. A wide lawn. Beautiful, vast garden.
I meant geographically.
Just where we were when we started, where my laboratory stood.
And the year, Dudley? What is the year now?
100,080.
It seemed absolutely incredible. A dream. A pleasant one. For the garden in which we found ourselves was beautiful and summery, with an unexpected perfume about it, almost like platine. At some distance, we could see a large and imposing building, and everything was quiet and peaceful, but almost too much so. And the sense of strangeness, of incredible strangeness, sent a shiver up my spine.
100,080. Fowler, do you want to go back?
Yes, I rather think I do. Let's go back. Dudley.
From over there, in the bushes.
It sounded human.
Come on.
Why, it's a child. Seems to be a very small girl.
There's been a beast here of some kind struggled with her. Look at the marks in her arms.
Now, my dear, you'll be all right now. You won't be harmed. Of course, you won't understand English.
Motioning us to go with her.
What about the animal? Did you see it?
No, not a glimpse. Too fast for us.
Perhaps we'd better go back, Dudley. The girl seems to be all right now.
Leave her like this?
Yes, I've had enough.
Well, they haven't, old man. Because they're here. All around us.
They had crept up on soundless feet to surround us. The little people of this era. And the girl we had saved was not a child, but a full-grown woman. Well, they all stood 4 feet high, dressed in simple tunics. Beautiful creatures, but terribly frail, with a plump, soft kind of frailty. They were like eerie figures in a dream, and all we could hear was the rustling of their clothes as they surged happily around us, their faces wreathed in smiles. Why, they're not savage at all. They're very loving and gentle little people.
Yes. There's something terribly wrong with them.
How do you mean?
Seem to have the minds of 5-year-olds.
Well, how do you expect them to be?
Far ahead of us, of course. Incredibly ahead of us in knowledge and in science. Look at them. Children.
But they seem happy in this huge garden of theirs. Dudley, I've changed my mind. Let's stay. Maybe we shall enjoy spending a few days with our little friends. The little people led us home into their valley. They lived in colossal buildings, sleeping all together in one huge hall, eating in another, playing and frolicking together in the sunshine. And we lived with them for days in utter contentment. One afternoon, Dudley and I walked along the banks of the great river.
Little people all wear the same clothes, the same soft, hairless skin, same feminine roundness of limbs.
Yes. I wonder if it's because they're vegetarians.
They're vegetarians because they have to be. You haven't run across any horses or dogs, cattle of any kind, have you?
No, now that you mention it.
With good reason. All extinct by now. Just as the dinosaur is with us.
Dudley, there's something strange here. Something hidden away and silent here in the year 100,080.
Felt the same way. I've taken the precaution of removing the control levers of the time machine, putting a master padlock on the main switches.
Oh.
Don't much fancy the idea of someone riding away with it into another century and leaving us here for the rest of our lives.
Dudley, do you know where we are?
Yes, this is where we landed.
I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
What did you ask?
What's happened to the machine?
But they've taken it away. They've stolen it.
This is where it was. It's right here.
Look! Follow the tracks. Here where they dragged it. Over here, come along. Down this path. Look. Right there. The monument.
There's a brass doors in the base. Oh, they're locked.
The machine. It must be in there.
Yes.
Inside. We must get it. Break down the door.
How can we?
Here. Use the levers.
All right, try. Let's go on. No, it's no good, Dudley. They're solid. We'll never break through.
Never?
No.
Never? You mean stay here all alone? You may never go home again. Fred, it must open the machine. No. Time machine.
Doesn't sound like a good place to be stuck. May 9th, 1948, Escape, the Time Machine on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. H.G. Wells wrote some fascinating works, didn't he? This one from May 9th, 1948, more of The Time Machine, an episode of Escape.
We were caught in the year 100,018. The time machine was gone. The brass doors of the monument held. Our retreat was cut off, the thin line by which we could make our way back home, back to our own time and our own people, back to 1950. We had no way of communicating with the little people, of asking what they had done with the machine. There was nothing hostile in their attitude. They were more like simple, wandering children. Only one, the young woman Weena, whose life we had saved on our first day, had become really friendly. She went with us wherever we walked and brought us presents of garlands, of flowers, slept near us at night in the hall, and we in turn had taught her a few words of English. Now we redoubled our efforts, like men racing against a clock, so that we might speak to her and discover the secret of our immense loss. We were talking to her one night after the others had gone to sleep.
No, not these, Dudley. No.
How can you be so sure your people didn't steal the machine? Aren't there any thieves among them? Are they all perfect?
No, not so loud, Dudley. You'll wake them. Besides, she doesn't understand.
Thief must be sleeping somewhere in his hall. Weena, they take machine.
No, Dudley, no.
Who then? Who?
We are friends.
Yes.
We must have machine.
Yes, Dudley. Yes.
Who took machine? Other people, not yours?
Other?
What about those doors, Weena? Doors open?
No.
Weena, machine in there. Must open.
No, not open.
Oh, all right, my dear. Go to sleep, get some rest.
Yes, Dudley. Sleep.
What's to become of us, Fowler? Are we caught here in this century? We spend our lives with the little people and their secret.
We'll go back to the monument tomorrow. We'll find a way of breaking in. Good night, Dudley. Dudley?
Yes.
Did you just... There it was again.
What?
Something on my face. What? Cold, filthy to the touch. On my face and in my hair. It's cold as death.
Dudley! You're right. There's something in here with us. Smells of the grave.
What was it?
I don't know.
But look at them. Look at the little people. They're all awake. It's as though they've been stampeded.
Let's get out of here. I want some fresh air. We went quickly through the hall and outside, away from the frantic rustling of the little people. The moon was full, just overhead, and it was close to dawning. There was a faint sound speeding close behind us, and we turned, our nerves ragged, our muscles tensed. But it was only Weena, coming swiftly to join us.
Dudley, I'm afraid.
And then there is
Dark.
something.
What do you mean, Weena? Dark? What?
Dark thing. Dark place. Night.
Why should they be afraid of the night, Dudley?
It's not the night alone. Dark place, that's our cue. But perhaps it's something underground.
It was another day. We had wandered into a lovely wooded place about a mile from the community. And suddenly Weena screamed.
Fire!
And we stopped short. A pair of glaring eyes were fixed upon us. As we stood there, petrified, the thing, a little ape-like figure, rushed across our path and disappeared in the clearing about 30 yards away. What was it?
I couldn't see it too well. It seemed to be a dull white with white hair on its head and down its back.
It looked like a small
It
ape.
was running on all fours, with its arms held very low.
Weena, what was it?
Morlocks. Morlocks.
Who are the Morlocks? What are they? Weena, tell me.
No.
Let's go over there and see where it disappeared. Come along, fella.
In the clearing, we found a round, well-like opening. Dudley and I leaned over and looked down a deep shaft. A small white creature was retreating down a ladder in the well, like a human spider, its large, bright eyes watching me as it went swiftly down, Then it disappeared in the shaft.
Fowler, did you see it? Like an ape.
Yes, but also like a man.
So there are two species of men in this world.
Yes.
The little people above the ground and this obscene thing, this bleached monster below.
That white look, common to animals that live in the dark. Like huge rats, like worms that are cold to the touch. I know because they've touched me.
Fowler, you can feel the air being sucked down into this shaft.
Yes.
The earth must be tunneled enormously here under our feet. These monsters must live in the tunnels.
I think we know now who stole our time machine.
Yes.
Then
we'll go down and have a look.
No, not go.
Why not, Rena?
Morlocks, you'll never come back.
We must have our machine, my dear. You wait for us here.
No.
And so we went down, our heels ringing on the small metallic bars that were meant for creatures so much smaller than us. Down we climbed. Down. Ever in darkness. Down, it seemed, into the center of the earth, into the core of the world. How much longer?
Won't know until we reach bottom. Can't be much further. Do you hear that? Like machinery. We're almost there.
Well, thank heaven for that.
All right, Father, I'm on the bottom. Come along, just a few more steps. Now, give me your hand, Father. Good.
Here.
Good. We're here.
Yes, in the land of the Morlocks.
Do you have a match?
Yes, here.
Seems to be a large vaulted cavern at the end of this passage.
What do you suppose they'll do if they catch us?
I've no idea. Better take care not to be caught. Another match.
That throbbing noise.
Probably their ventilating system pumping the air down. There must be thousands upon thousands of these Morlocks living under the earth.
We haven't seen any yet, except for our friend who came down ahead of us. Why do you suppose they wanted our time machine?
I think they wanted us, not the machine.
And we've come to them.
We must. It's our only chance. Fowler, if that noise does come from air pumps...
Yeah?
Why is it so stuffy here, so oppressive?
Dudley, that smell.
Blood. Light another match.
Dudley, look. Straight ahead. On the white metal table.
Set for a meal.
Yes. With a small haunch. Meat.
We know that the cattle are extinct.
Then, what do they feed on, these Morlocks?
Don't you know?
Yes, I know.
Oh, another match?
Yes, here. Oh, Dudley, I have no more. I've used our last match.
Oh. All right, we'll have to go back there. We know the secret now, anyway. These Morlocks living here, underground. They're the masters of this age. And our friends up above... fatted cattle, fed by the Morlocks, clothed, supplied, and housed until the day when they're cut out of the herd and brought underground as food. This is the future you're looking at. This is what we men of the 20th century shall come to. Dudley, what is it? I've got hands. Cold hips. Take one of these levers. Yes. Use it as a weapon. Lash out. Against this wall, Fowler, here beside me. They're moving in. Fight them. Use the lever, man. Use the lever. Sergeant, they're all around us. This way. Fowler, this way. Back this way.
We went back in that evil darkness, fighting every step as we went.
By my side.
Back to those projecting bars, kicking and clawing ourselves loose from their taloned, grasping hands. And climbing up again, up toward daylight and freedom, away from their stench and the eagerness of their icy hands. And they did not follow, for daylight was their enemy and their great fear. And we lived among the lush gardens of the little people like prisoners, like men without reprieve, like men who are dead, though they still walk the earth. For the time machine was locked away behind great brass doors, and we knew we could never force them open. Then one day, Weena told us of an old building, an ancient sagging structure that had survived through many ages and was filled with many curious objects.
A museum, that's what it must be, a museum, Fowler. Perhaps from some earlier time.
I'm in no mood to go looking at a museum.
Don't you see? Specimens hermetically sealed in museums.
Maybe some hope. May 9th, 1948, Escape on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. The conclusion follows these important messages from your favorite radio station. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Mike Lindell and MyPillow launching the MyPillow 2.0. Now, when Mike invented MyPillow, it had everything you could want in a pillow. Now, nearly 20 years later, he's discovered a new technology that makes MyPillow even better. Of course, the patented adjustable fill of the original MyPillow, but now with brand new fabric with a temperature-regulating thread, it's the softest, smoothest, and coolest pillow you'll ever own. Say goodbye to tossing and turning and flipping your pillow over in the middle of the night. And more great news on the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer with my promo code Wyatt. MyPillow 2.0 is 100% made in the USA, 10-year warranty, 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square to receive the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer. Use my promo code Wyatt or call 1-800-928-4715. Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now the conclusion of Escape, H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, as it was broadcast May 9th, 1948.
Perhaps there are things, weapons, machinery, something we can use.
Yes, of course. If we could find some dynamite or gunpowder or something.
We could blast those doors, we could get in.
Where is this place, Weena? This old building that no one ever goes near?
I take you. It's not far.
A chance, old man. A slim one, but a chance nonetheless.
All day we wandered through the great ruined halls. The building had been deserted, unused for perhaps a century. The childlike men of that time had long since ceased to care about anything but their own personal comforts. It was late afternoon and growing dark when we came upon the chemical section. We had found nothing useful to us until then, and now came the worst disappointment of all.
And it's dust. All of it. Been dust for centuries.
Another dead end. It's hopeless.
We were out of our heads to hope that nitrates would retain their form for 100,000 years.
We go now? There's nothing here.
Oh, wait just a moment. Something in this case.
Well, you can break it with your lever.
Stand back a little.
All right.
Box of matches. Hermetically sealed.
Now, wait, let me see. Well, they're perfect. But they're not even damp.
What shall we do with them? Burn down those brass doors?
Well, you'd better keep them. You can't tell.
Fowler.
What?
On the floor, you see them? Small, narrow footprints leading away into the darkness at the end of this gallery.
Dudley!
We'd better go.
Pick Queen up and carry her. We'll have to run for it.
Now, don't be frightened, my dear. It'll be all right.
Go on, run!
We came out of the gloom of that place into the deeper gloom of dusk. And suddenly we saw. We were trapped. All around us were the Morlocks. They were there by the thousand, surrounding us, and coming closer in a long, even line of deathly white, their eyes blinking in the half-light, their tiny mouths alive with appetite.
Fowler, the matches! I have them dipped like a fire from here. Hurry, man, the forest is dry. Hurry, man. We'll have an inferno here in a minute. Our little friends don't like light or heat.
The fire leaped high to the heavens, and the countryside was ablaze. The Morlocks turned in fear, blinded by the glare. Some of them blundered into the middle of the raging flames, and the rest faded away like a fog. Dudley had left a narrow passageway for our retreat, and we fled down a long corridor of leaping flames and blistering heat. We fled to safety toward the community of the little people. As we ran, we passed the huge monument with its great bronze doors that were locked tight in our time machine. And suddenly, in the glare of the distant fires, we saw something that stopped us short.
They're open. Fowler, the doors are open.
No, not go in. Dudley, no.
It's a trap. They're waiting for us inside.
Waiting or not, we're going in.
Dudley, it's suicide.
It'll take me 1 minute to screw the levers on again, then I touch them and we're away.
All right, I'll try to give you your 1
Good
minute.
boy.
No, go. Not leave me.
No, you, my dear, you hold tight around my neck. You're coming home with us.
All right, let's go. Quidding. A local machine, they haven't harmed it.
I don't see them yet.
Come on now, quickly.
The doors, Dudley.
They're closed. Get in the seat. I'll be ready in a moment.
I waited for the hum that would signal our departure. And there in the darkness, the Morlocks were finally upon us. Cold, persistent fingers swarmed over my body, tugging at me, sucking me away from the machine. I held tight to Weena as a man holds fast to life, and tried to kick them away with my feet.
Hurry, Dudley, hurry. I to get these levers quickly or we're done. One more turn and it's in. There, Fowler, we're away. We're gone.
Yes, we made it.
Oh. Are you all right? I'm all right. Good. And Weena?
Weena isn't with us.
What happened?
They tore her from my hands at the last minute. They got her. I had tried to save her. I couldn't. I still have a piece of a tunic here in my fist. Little piece of a tunic, Dudley. Nothing else. And so we came home again. Back into the very minute from which we had left. Back into 12 noon, October 22nd, 1950. We were in Dudley's laboratory again, motionless, sitting on the ridiculous contraption which he has called a time machine. Was it all a dream? Did any of it happen? Could any of it happen? Of course not. How stupid. Then what of this? What of this little piece of thin green silk I hold in my hand?
Escape is produced and directed by Norman MacDonald. Today we have brought you The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, adapted for radio by Irving Ravitch, and starring John Daner as Fowler and Larry Dobkin as Dudley, with Georgia Ellis as Weena. The special music for Escape was arranged and played by Ivan Ditmars.
May 9th, 1948, Escape, The Time Machine on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Many thanks to our friend Ted at RadioMemories.com for allowing us to bring you another episode of Lum and Abner, fully restored here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. This episode is we try to figure out the ins and outs of a hog chain letter originally broadcast May 9th, 1935.
Here we are, all ready to take you down to Pine Ridge for another visit with Lum and Abner, brought to you by the makers of Horlicks, the original malted milk. And now, let's see what's happening down in Pine Ridge. Well, the chain letter craze has finally hit Pine Ridge, and Lum and Abner have decided to go them one better by starting what they call the farm relief chain. Instead of sending money, everybody who receives one of their letters is supposed to respond by sending a hog. The old fellows have figured out that they will receive over 15,000 hogs. And as we look in on Pine Ridge today, we find them down at the Jot 'em Down store getting ready to receive them. Lum is talking over the telephone. Listen.
Yeah, Esri, this here's Lum Abner.
Yeah, have you ordered the lumber yet to remodel the store with? Well, good. Don't do it then. No, we ain't going to remodel. We're going out of the store business. Yeah, we're going into hog business.
Yes, sir.
Hog business. Yeah, me and Abner started one of them chain letters, only instead of sending money, we're having everybody send one another a hog. Oh, you did? Who'd you get yours from? Well, I do know. Ezra said he got a letter a while ago from Grandma Matthews.
Well...
Well, we're going to have to use the money we was aiming on remodeling the store with to fence up some of the land to put them hogs in. Yeah, I might figure with you on doing that job of fencing first, building a fence and all that. Well, that's right, you have. Said you got to build a fence for yourself first, for the hogs you're going to get. Well, who you reckon we could get to do that, Ezra? How about Luther Phillips? I know he does carpentering. He's a carpenter. Oh, he did. Well, I guess you'll have to build one for yourself then. Well, we'll find somebody, I reckon. All right, much obliged, Ezra. All right, goodbye. Granny, them letters are getting scattered around in a hurry, ain't they?
Oh, my, yes. Yeah, just as quick as we sent them out yesterday afternoon, why, folks started passing them around. They've been going ever since.
Oh, yeah, it's just taking the town by storm. I never seen the whole community so excited over anything.
Well, I could hear 'em all night long last night catching hogs. Every time I hear the hog squeal, well, I know that somebody got a chain letter.
Oh, that's all you can hear down on the streets today. Anybody that ain't got a hog's trying to swap somebody out of one.
Well, I still think that you ought to put our name up at the top of the list, though, instead of down at the bottom, Lum. We'd done had some hogs by this time, ain't we?
Well, Abner, I've explained that to you 40 times. If we'd have put our name at the head of the list, we'd have just got 5 hogs. See, this way it takes a little longer for us to start getting any hogs, but the time our name reaches the top, it'll be multiplied to where we'll get 15,625 hogs.
Yeah, but I'm just afraid they'll run out of hogs before they get to us, Lum. There ain't that many in the community.
Oh, well, by the time it gets to us, these letters will be all over the country. We'll be getting hogs from every state in the Union.
Yeah, well, read one of them letters again to me, Lum. I still can't get it in my head how we can send out one hog and get back over 15,000 of them.
Well, it's just like that one we got from Denver where they wanted us to send them a dime, only we changed it up a little. See, instead of calling it the Prosperity Club like they did, I changed it to the Farm Relief Club.
Yeah.
Says, this chain was started in the hope of bringing prosperity to everybody. Within 3 days, make 5 copies of this letter, leaving off the top name and address and adding your name and address at the bottom, and mail to 5 friends that you want to help. In omitting the top name, send that person 1 hog as a donation. In return, as your name leaves the top, you should receive 15,625 hogs. Is this worth a hog to you? See, them first 5 letters we sent out, they'll all send a hog to the widow Abernathy. I thought I'd put her name at the top of the list, thought I'd help her out that much, you know.
Yeah, well, she's done got the hogs. Grandpappy Spears said that he'd taken one over to her this morning, and she already had 4 then. And Witter just surprised to death. You know, she didn't know what was going on. Folks started bringing them in there.
Yeah, I reckon I ought to telephoned her up and told her about it, so she'd been expecting them. Had a pin fixed for them.
Yeah, well, that's what's worrying me about ours, too, Lum. Where are we going to put them after we get them?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that a while ago. That's going to take a lot of ground to keep that many hogs on, you know.
No, me, I ain't got room on my whole farm for that many.
Oh, getting them hogs starts coming in here, land's going higher than a kite. I can tell that right now.
Yeah, I believe it will, too.
Might be a good idea for us to buy up a big batch of land right now and have it fenced so we be ready for them when they start coming in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And I know the place for them, too, if we can get it. That's down there in them pin oak bottoms along the river there. That ground in there ain't no count for nothing else, no way.
Granny, that would be a good place to keep them. Who does that land belong to, anyway?
Why, old Uncle Henry Lunsford used to own it. I don't know where he been keeping up the taxes on it or not.
Believe I'll telephone him up and see what he'll take for that. Might pick it up pretty cheap right now.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if he ain't heard about this hog boom we've started.
Well, I reckon he'll be glad to get shut of it there. Lord, me, it ain't worth nothing to nobody.
I hope nobody else ain't beat us to it.
Well, if he's got one of them letters, why, he'll more than likely be wanting to keep it for himself. That's the only trouble.
Wait a minute. Hello? Lunsford to this place? Uncle Henry?
You want a big price, you know.
This is Lum and Abner talking. Oh, tolerably. How's yourself?
You know, let's talk about everything before we get to the conversation.
Uh-huh. Why, Uncle Henry, what I called you up about, do you still own that land down there along the river, them pin oak flats in there? Uh-huh. Well, what would you ask the feller for that if he was to go to buy it off of you? $4 an acre, huh?
Well, the land tax, it ain't worth too big.
How much are they in that tract? 80 acres.
That's right.
That's 4 times 80 is, just a minute, let me figure that out in my head. Hand me a pencil there, Abner.
Yeah, here.
80 times 4. Notes and notes. Notes. Let's see, 480. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. $32. No, wait a minute. $320. Hello? Tell you what we'll do, Uncle Henry. We'll give you $300 for it.
That's about 10 times what it's worth.
All right, just make out a deed to me and Abner. We're in partners on it. All right, you fetch it over here. We've got the money whenever you deliver the deed. Well, no backing out on us now. We're counting on it. All right, Uncle Henry. All right. Goodbye.
Doggy, that's a pretty big price to be paying for that kind of land, ain't it, Lum?
Yeah, it's more than it's worth, all right, but I figured we better buy it while we could before somebody else beat us to it.
Oh, well, we'll have more money than we know what to do with anyhow.
Why, of course. Now then, we got to buy some wire and build a fence around it.
Yeah, you know, these hogs ain't all profit. I found that out.
Well, you ain't complaining about spending a little money to fix a place to keep 15,000 hogs that's been give to you, are you?
Well, no, I ain't complaining. You said I never stopped to think that we'd have to fix a place to keep them.
I expect we can get the Macmillan boys to build that fence first.
Yeah? Oh, well, that is if they ain't got one of them chain letters themselves.
That's the trouble. Granny's, we already got this fence built before we sent them letters out.
Why, sure we had. We already thought... Well, yonder comes Grandpap now, Lum.
Yeah. Granny, I'd about decided he took the day off.
Well, he said when he left at noon that he wouldn't be back for a while, that he had to patch up a fence over at his place.
Yeah, getting ready for his hogs, I reckon. See, he was second on the list on that letter.
Yeah.
He'll get, let's see, he ought to get 25 altogether, that is, if nobody don't break the chain.
Well, come in, Grandpap. We'd about give you up a getting back.
Well, it's taking me longer than I counted on. Folks started bringing hogs in over there, and I had to show them where to put them.
Yeah, how many have you got so far?
Well, I had 25 whenever I left over there just now.
Well, I do know.
Well, that's all you're going to get, Grandpap. 25 is all you could get.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough. I've got more now than I know what to do with. I don't know where in the world I'm going to get feed for them.
Feed?
Why, yes, they've got to eat. 25 hogs can eat a feller out of house and home in no time.
Doggies, wait a minute here, Lum. There's something we hadn't counted on. Where in the world will we ever get enough feed to feed 15,000 hogs with?
Granny's, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, we better stop them letters before them hogs start coming in here. That's what we better do. Ain't enough feed in this whole part of the country to feed that many hogs.
Oh, my goodness. Look yonder coming in here.
Well, for the Cedric, what are you doing bringing that hog in the store here?
Why, it belongs to you and Mr. Lum. I got a chain letter, and your names was on top of the list, and the letter told me to bring you a hog, so I done it.
And you just take it right back where you got it. We've decided that we don't want in on it.
Well, there's a whole bunch of fellers on their way over here with them. See, yonder comes Luther Phillips and Luke Spears, both leading hogs now.
Oh, my goodness. Look here, Lum. Looky there for the land.
Wait a minute. Be quiet, Abner. I've got an idea. Don't worry. Just leave the hog here, Cedric. Feeding them hogs ain't going to be no trouble at all. Grannies, we'll start another chain letter on feed. Have everybody send one another a bushel of corn, and that way we'll get over 15,000 bushels of corn. Grannies, I know they was...
Well, now they'll have to find the place to store that corn. There seems to be no end to a chain letter. And now, a final word before we leave Lum and Abner for tonight. If you get tired easily, don't have the pep and energy you feel you should have, I wonder if it's because you're not getting sufficient sound, restful sleep at night. It's amazing what a difference a good night's rest can make in a person. So I suggest you do this. Before going to bed tonight, drink a glass full of Horlicks, malted milk, hot. Here's what Horlicks does. It soothes and relaxes you, helps you off to sleep quickly and naturally. Once asleep, you sleep more soundly, awake more rested and refreshed in the morning. Horlicks can help you just as it's helping thousands of others. Try it. Get a package of Horlicks from your druggist if you haven't any on hand, in either natural or chocolate flavor. Then, drink it every night. This is Carlton Brickert, speaking for Lum and Abner and Horlicks, who bid you all good night and good health.
May 9th, 1935, Lum and Abner on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our friend Ted at radiomemories.com. That's radiomemories.com. He provides shows on cassette, CD, or flash drive for your computer. Thank you, Ted, for providing these Lum and Abner shows for us in very good restored quality. Also, visit our webpage, classicradio.stream. You can stream our shows, learn about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can contact me there, find our social media links. And if you're so inclined, you can buy me a coffee. That Buy Me a Coffee money helps us acquire additional classic radio collections and also helps us maintain our distribution channels. That's at classicradio.stream. Thanks for tuning in. Tell all your friends the greatest radio shows of all time are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station.